and now shake it, shake it, shake it. Get down, and now shake it, shake it, shake it. I'm laughing at this battle, watching boys and girls play games. Watch you as you slowly falter. With slippery steps.
Welcome back. Game 2 of Daryl Cloran versus Patrick Holland. Red deck wins against black-blue control. Daryl taking the first one after some indecision from Patrick. Having the game completely pretty much wrapped up. Just needed to drop that Titan and probably... No, it definitely would have been over at that point. But, Pat starts off the game. Going to Preordain. One top, one bottom. Keeps a Dark Slick in his hand. Up in that mana count. So now 2 mana in hand, 1 on field. Goblin Guide comes in. Nets Patrick another mana. And Daryl starts the lead with 2 damage in there. So Pat drops a Dark Slick, Spellskite, and passes turn. Spellskite is a very key card in these matchups. It was the first card Pat saw off the draw for this game, and it's probably one of the bigger cards that you're going to need to see in this. So top card, trigger. Key point here, just take the damage. He's swinging in for a reason. You know he has burn. He's not going to swing in for no reason, especially with a hand full of burn. Let him use it, and then redirect if you have to save some life. So he'll play a Killing Fiend, which actually reacts really well with having more burn spells in hand, especially now you can hold him and tap out on that turn 2 to do it. So tapping for black, Inquisition. We'll get to see what fun little burn spells he has in his hand, which looks like Chandra's Phoenix, Galvanic Blast, Lightning Bolt, and I can't tell the others. Probably a land at that point, but Lightning Bolt hits the bin. An additional damage for 1 mana is not something you want to see. Especially with that Spellskite, you'll force him to use 2 anyway. And we have a call. That noise that you hear is from our co-host, JT DeMeo, who has since abandoned the show. Hey, JT, guess what? You're on the air with FNM TV. How's it going? Let me put you on speakerphone. Say hi to everybody. We're filming right now, Pat Holland versus Daryl Cloran.
The Invitational?
Yeah, this is from round 1 of the Invitational, bud. Glad to have you on speakerphone for this. Hopefully this shows up really well in the audio.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I wish I could see the game. If you had an iPhone, you could just FaceTime it.
If I had an iPhone, but I can't afford that ridiculous contract. So, yeah. Daryl's going to lead off with a Bolt, jumping his Killing Fiend, and swinging in with a Goblin Guide and Killing Fiend. Off the reveal, you see a Inquisition of Kozilek. Spellskite will block the Goblin Guide. What's that?
It's turn 3?
This is turn 3 going into turn 4 for me.
Okay, that's not a bad turn 3 for Daryl right there.
No, not at all. And he drops a Grim Lavamancer end of turn.
That's some serious action. Hopefully you have a Consuming Lead for it.
Oh, I have a Consume. It's Consuming Vapors, which actually just comes out of my hand. You're not even here in your Colin plays, my friend.
I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. Consumer is pretty good too. It's 2 for 1.
It's a 2 for 1?
Is this game 2?
This is game 2.
Yeah, I didn't think you made already Consuming Vapors.
No. That definitely comes in against aggro decks. Consuming Vapors comes in off that. His Chandra's Phoenix, which he played the previous turn, hits the bin.
Okay.
So, Pat drops 5th land, taps 2 for another Spellskite, and 1 for a Preordain.
Spellskite's pretty key here. It's going to definitely beat some bolts. You can't really use any of his instant speed burn. Rufflecrate takes care of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, the last previous turn, he ended up having to use a burn spell on it to get it off the board on my previous one. So drawing into another one is extremely key, especially now since he has no cards in hand.
Did you take game 1?
I did not take game 1. When you get to see this one online, I refused to drop a Grave Titan for 4 turns and instead elected to just keep dropping Planeswalkers. I can only assume at that point I had 3 counter spells in my hand, and I wanted to keep the counter mana open in case for lightning bolts, but he didn't end up having them, now that I can see on camera. But it was still a bad play. Grave Titan should have definitely come out. Daryl Arc Trails, directing 1 damage to the Spellskite and 2 to me, so I cannot redirect the damage back to the Spellskite.
Yep, just like an Inferno Titan ability.
Yep.
If it targets different things, you cannot redirect them if it's already targeting Spellskite.
And here we have a Consecrated Sphinx getting an Ancestral Recall off with a Baby Jace. You draw 1, I draw 3.
That card is pretty insane. That card is, sometimes it's very overpowered.
It's interesting. If only it was staying in Standard for that combination.
Oh, I know, right? For sure.
A bit of a misplay on this turn. Daryl Galvanic Blasts, and I do not redirect the Galvanic Blast by paying 2 life to my Spellskite to keep the Chandra's Phoenix off board. But it doesn't matter, I have a Consecrated Sphinx. And another Ancestral Recall. So, JT, why have you been ditching us and the FNM TV crew? These people, they want you back on air. What do you have to say to these guys?
Well, I mean, as soon as I get a job and I can afford to be driving down to East Boston all the time, I'll definitely be back. I'll be back definitely more often than I have been. I haven't been in too many FNMs lately. I've only been to 1 out of the past 3.
That's true.
Over at Harrison's.
That's true. We miss you, guy.
Yeah, just some extenuating circumstances. I mean, 1 week I knew I was going to miss. I was in Colorado, and I was having some car trouble another week. I actually ended up stuck in Cambridge for a full day.
True story about JT's Colorado trip. He actually knows all the members of 303, so he was hanging out with in Colorado with 303 the weekend.
I really don't. I don't know where that rumor started. It must be that Andrew guy.
Must be.
Must be Andrew. But how's that version for you? Just Ancestral Recall every time?
Yeah, this is basically what's going on back and forth with Ancestral Recall. He just dropped a Koth on his turn, which is actually going to immediately die to Consecrated Sphinx. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just netting Retarded Advantage Jace's on, I believe, 9 counters right now.
Even if he swings with the mountain there, just going to eat it with the Sphinx.
Well, the Sphinx was tapped. I could have eaten the mountain with a Spellskite.
Okay. Well, you would have just jumped it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. For sure. So you're beating down with the Sphinx. What are the life totals right now?
Life totals are extreme. It's Daryl's at 16, and I just swung in to kill the Koth. I dropped a Worm Coil Engine, and I'm now focusing on discarding 4 cards from my hand from end of turn activities.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is a good problem to have. Pick and choose. Got rid of some land. 2 Tectonic Edges, which don't do anything against his deck. So.
Yep, for sure. I mean, that's why I like Consecrated Sphinx in blue light with the 1 of Sun Titan. Just because, all these things you can pitch, you can just recur them later.
Yeah, I mean...
Which is pretty insane. Although I have to say, the deck that really wants Sun Titan doesn't really want the Sphinx. That's the one that wants all the Phantasmal Menus.
That's true.
Or just, go berserk. Sun Titan into Image, copy Sun Titan, get something else back, and then you're getting 2 tech edges back in one matter of time.
Well, we're at the end of this video. Daryl entered Scoop Phase after seeing his card, and, well, thanks for following along, guys. We got JT on the phone, conference calling, and, we'll see you guys later.